Asantehene said to the second has said Ghana must prioritize the fight against illegal mining, insisting that the canker must be defeated by all means. He emphasized that the current generation must not be the one that has destroyed the heritage left behind by its forefathers. The Asantehene said this during his remarks to climax his 25th anniversary of his installment as the 16th occupant of the Golden Stool. Citi News' Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani reports.
Otumfuo the second did not mince words as he highlighted one key issue he has consistently spoken about, which is the protection of the environment.
Education remains our priority, but probably an even higher priority must be the reclamation of our environment from the ravages of galamsey. We cannot be the generation that destroyed the most precious heritage bequeathed to us by our forefathers to satisfy the greed of a few miscreants. For whatever it takes, we must defeat this scourge.
The occasion, which brought political actors together, also afforded him the opportunity to speak about the country's economy.
The greatest challenge our nation faces is to redouble our efforts to grow our economy. Governments may come and go, but the nation remains, and democratic nations must look to their entrepreneurs for development. That is why we will continue to encourage our entrepreneurs to show their readiness to place their money where their mouth is and invest more in the country of their birth.
With months to the 2024 elections, he emphasized the need for peace before, during, and after the polls.
This year is another election year. Our political leaders are already on the campaign trail, and there's yet many months of intense and combative campaigning ahead. After all our past experiences, I remain sanguine that our democracy is safe. Nonetheless, we need to remind ourselves that we cannot take things for granted, and we must be alert to avoid anything that has the potential to derail the electoral process.
President Akufo-Addo exalted Asantehene Otumfuo the second, describing him as a leader who has tirelessly dedicated his efforts to advocating for peace, reconciliation, and national cohesion.
For a quarter of a century, Otumfuo the second has served as a symbol of unity, progress, and tradition for the Asante Kingdom, and indeed for the entire nation of Ghana. Otumfuo's commitment to the welfare of his people, coupled with his strong leadership, has earned him the respect and admiration of all.
Political, religious, traditional leaders, as well as members of the diplomatic corps, and thousands gathered at the Menchia Palace to take part in the Akosidai Kese, a grand derby to climax the 25th anniversary of the installment of the Asantehene Otumfuo the second as the 16th occupant of the Golden Stool. Attendees of the derby were persons from diverse cultural and traditional backgrounds who gathered in unison to celebrate the Otumfuo the second, who many have described as a symbol of peace and development. There was drumming and dancing amidst the rich display of the Ashanti culture and the display of the Golden Stool. The Asantehene sat in a palanquin and danced to the tunes of the traditional drums to the admiration of his subjects.
It has been a day of a display of rich Ashanti culture, but what most people are happy about is the display of the Golden Stool, which they have been yearning to see. Hafiz Tijani, Citi News, Menchia Palace, Ashanti region.